sheet up there. So basically how this process, Nicole, can you just stand here for a second? How you put the cards out, doesn't matter if you walk forward or front. But first I'm gonna say, Nicole, tell me about something that you wanna be, pick an outcome and something that you really wanna have happen. You got it? I want you to think of one place in your outcome or on the path to your outcome that you really wanna have a certain, that you wanna be a certain way, that you can actually just step into that outcome and feel like you really are, you're working towards it.
A place or a field?
Okay. See, if I actually knew the outcome, I could answer that something. Okay, what is it?
I want to be a great step-girlfriend to his children.
Okay. So, see, this is the part where I have way too much experience. Let's pick one, which child? Which child?
There are 2 girls, they're in their 30s, and they're women.
Okay, good. So, to make this richer, I'm going to ask you, any of you met one of them?
No.
Okay, I want you to pick one.
Okay.
And I want you to pick a single evening where you're actually being an absolutely great stepchild to that one.
Mother.
Stepmother, sorry, you're right.
Like picture something.
Yeah, invent something.
Okay. It was just a sense. Yeah.
Okay, I know. So imagine, so I'm going to ask you to just step right here. Now, where are you and with her?
In John's apartment.
So you're in her apartment, what's her name?
Karen.
Karen. So you're here
In
with,
John's apartment, yeah.
yes. Okay, so we've already answered where she is, who she's with, so we got the environment question. Now, in this environment with her, you're being, now we're just going to act as if you're being a great stepmom. Take one little step backwards. Now here, I want you to just notice on what behaviors you're using to be such a great stepmom.
Ready to handle?
Yeah, sure.
I have to be patient, generous, interested,
Patient, generous, interested,
appreciative.
appreciative. Now take a step back. Now, actually take a step forward. Patient, generous, and appreciative really are, now take a step back. But here, those are actual capabilities. Take one little step forward here. So behaviors might be making eye contact or matching their posture, being,
Rapport building.
it could be rapport building. It could just, so behaviors are things that you do with your body, like setting the table, like cooking a meal where you're chopping the vegetables and sauteing in a pan. Those are behaviors. Planning the meal so that it's something that you know everybody that's coming will like is a capability. So capabilities are in the lens of thinking. So just for, you know, are you smiling? Are you nodding your head? Are you making eye contact? Are you keeping the right distance?
Questions.
Yes.
Okay.
Good.
Being interested in her life.
Okay, now being interested is a
that's-
capability.
Asking questions about her life. Listening
Yes.
carefully.
Good. Okay, so take a little step back. You're clear about your behaviors. And now, in this situation where you're being a great stepmom, you've got all these capabilities, you know, you're generous, you're patient, and you're also listening and all that. So take a little step back. What's really important here? What's important so that what do you know is important that allows you to be a great stepmom in that situation? Where you're patient and listening and making eye contact.
This is a belief.
Yeah.
But this is gonna have a huge impact on her relationship.
Okay, so you,
Yeah. So that's the goal.
okay, so this is so you know that doing this well makes it easier to have a better relationship with John. Good. Take a step over, step backwards. Now, just here, how will developing these kinds of relationships help you in many ways in the next 5 years?
Harmonious vacations and everything. Our life will be more harmonious together. And
Okay,
fulfilling.
good. So, I skipped one by accident because I was drawing badly. worry about the squeaky noise. So, take a little step forward. So, who are you while you are, you know that this is going to make things much better with you and John, and you're doing that by being patient and generous and asking questions and looking her in the eye and keeping the right contact and matching her posture while you're in the apartment with him, and you're doing it really well. Who are you metaphorically here? Are you a star?
Oh, I see myself as like some sort of Indian goddess with lots of arms.
Oh, great.
You know?
Nice.
Yes. So now, stepping back, the Indian goddess
But
with
you
lots
might
of
know her
arms.
name. What's her name?
Shiva.
Shiva? Okay.
So being Shiva, how will being Shiva help you in many different areas of your life in the next 5 years?
Well, again, it just adds harmony to all these different relationships.
So it's adding harmony.
Yeah.
And now take a step backwards and feel a kind of spiritual guidance coming in.
Takes a lot of that.
And just let it flow through you naturally, just like air or water. And taking that into being this many-armed goddess. So take that, carry that forward. So with that spiritual guidance flowing, how is the spiritual guidance influencing the 5 years?
Because I can I'll maybe able to retain balance even though I'm on one leg.
Yes, and bringing that into, making those vacations more harmonious with John, and taking all that
And
into...
having fun
Yes! Good. And now take that all into,
with all these people.
yeah, just you're using your capabilities and it's important. And taking that all into how you're, besides being patient and generous, you're making eye contact, you're keeping the right distance, and you're moving in, and you're being warm, and taking that right into that environment, all that higher guidance in there. So what's that like?
Well, it's more loving and more fun.
Good.
It's bigger. It's a bigger
Yes.
life.
Okay, so that's 2 demonstrations, neither of which are exactly in the book, but all you need to do to start is to get an outcome. And then it's a version of as if. Step into the outcome. Now, you don't have to go to... Okay, let me give you an example. I need to start giving myself a grade for not finishing sentences. So, what I'd like you to think about for a second, and we're just going to have a discussion about this. If I were going to work with somebody whose New Year's resolution was to lose 30 pounds by June, I could do stepping into June when you've completely lost 30 pounds. Absolutely logical. And I want your opinions on this. What do you think would be more useful? And this really is opinion based. Saying, okay, I want you to imagine that you're halfway there, and all these things are going on in your life that in the past you're halfway to your goal. But all these things are going on in your life that would have in the past made you fall off. And I want you to imagine that even though, it's April and you've got to get all your taxes done and the kids are really annoying you and it's really busy at work, that even though that, and you, instead of losing the 15 pounds that you thought you would, you've only lost 10, but you still are staying on track and are absolutely committed to doing this, and it's going to continue to happen. So, which do you think is the better way to go?
Second one.
Some people, yeah, so that's your opinion. And why is that?
Because it's not a, if you fail, there's a catch net, safety net.
Okay. Any other opinions? Let there be an opinion. You can have an opinion.
That's where you don't fall and just eat again.
Well, there was more specificity in what, I thought it was still the same one, actually. I thought you were still working on the same.
Well, the goal is, see, the thing is, we're gonna be doing the neurological alignment on a place in time, a moment in time. If you don't have very much information about the person, you're probably gonna have to do it with some reasonable point of having achieved the goal. You can also do it on a reasonable point of working towards achieving the goal. And I think it all depends on the number of steps in between. So, to make this blatantly obvious,
So action, like a point of result versus process?
well, it can be anywhere along the chain, but say,
So that's just separating these two out. One is you, the result is you are 50% towards your goal. You have lost 15 pounds or whatever, so you're 15%. And versus the other one is like some kind of median point in that process. Like it's, you know, by April you wanted to do this, so it's now February. Is that what, was that the difference? Like 15
it's kind of the difference. So let's put it like this. Let's say that you're working with, you know, one of the top gymnasts in the country, and she wants to win the world championships. You can do a neurological level alignment on, you know, being in the world championships, or you can